The last game was actually going on while I started streaming, and I'm sure it's ended by now. It's the game between Tatev and Alice Lee. Alice Lee, not ridiculous. And their game was basically equal the whole game. Although I don't know if the game ended in a draw, because I don't know how the game ended. But I'm going to find out. Okay, the engine says white is very slightly better. Slightly. Now it says it's equal, because white played bishop e3, bishop g5. Doesn't make a lot of sense. And this is just equal position. Nobody's better. Very high level game, very well played. Nobody's better here. So better player could win, but better player doesn't necessarily win. And white takes some pawns, and black says, I'm going to get your bishop, and the engine says it's all equal. And even though in this position, now it says black is close to winning, even though white has so many pawns. And that's a blunder. Black needed to play queen e7, defending the knight and defending her e-pawn. And she was in time trouble here and played queen b7, which leads to a draw and ending after rook e5. So black had good winning chances with queen e7 by outplaying her opponent. And then she played queen here, and now it's just a draw. And black can't win the endgame because white's pawns are too strong. It just says it's a draw. Nobody can win. Black plays for the win. Now, king f1 is the only drawing move, and she played it. And then this is where the game was when I started streaming. So let's look at the end of the game. Okay, so they went, sorry, the H file's cut off. Maybe I can get rid of that, or I can't. Okay, well, H file's cut off, but that's okay. Queen H1 check. They're just repeating. Yeah, this is just a draw. And they traded everything and repeated. So they drew about 6 moves after we stopped looking at it. So, interesting game. No H file, still a draw. Don't even need an H file to draw. Although both players do have H pawns. Okay, so let's talk about the standings in the event. Okay, so Choker, Genova, Yip, and Atwell have 1. Zatonsky, Nazi, and Talia have 0. And Crush, Atusa, Tatev, Jennifer Yu, Megan, and Alice Lees have half a point in the U.S. Women's Championship. Now, in the U.S. Championship, all 12 players have half a point. The pairings for tomorrow: Fabiano's white against Levon, Sam Sevian's white against Ray Robson, Wesley So's white against Christopher Yu, Oparin is white against Mishra, A Wonder's white against Hans, and Dominguez is white against Shankland. Those are the pairings for tomorrow's games. And for the women's championship, Alice Lee is white against Talia. Tatev is white against Nazi. Rose Atwell's white against Carissa Yip. They're tied for first. Crush is white against Megan Lee. Toker Genova is white against Porkashian. And Jennifer Yu's white against Anna Zatonsky. And those are the pairings for tomorrow. So hopefully you enjoy those games tomorrow. Also, if you're looking for chess lessons, you got two options. I'm taking more students now. So contact me or Karen in the chat or by email. And also my good friend Aviv Friedman needs more students. He's a FIDE master. He's a FIDE senior trainer. And for the last 30 years, he's been the head of delegation or the coach to the World Youth, World Cadet, and Pan Am Youth Championships. So he's used to coaching high-rated, talented young players and everybody else. So if you want private lessons, there's Aviv. You can type !Aviv. In fact, I'll do it. And if you want lessons from me, they're more expensive, but the more you pay, the more you learn. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that game analysis. I know I did. And it's time to raid somebody. We raided Chess Bra yesterday, so I guess we'll do Elena today. Okay, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6:30. I'll be playing subs, like I usually do, Sub Saturday. And even more important, for tomorrow,